Hey guys, welcome back to our van build. This is episode 4 of our vlogs.
Since the last time, we have done a lot, pretty much everything that's behind the walls. So we did sound deadening, wiring, furring, insulation, and our skylights. So we're gonna show you now how we did all that.
It's kill mat time, baby! This is like one of my favorite steps.
Really don't need to go crazy. Some people go way too much.
It's one piece per sheet metal,
Yes.
pretty much.
And stuff's heavy too, so you don't want to like completely pack your van with it. There's no need. Also, the best way to apply this is to peel part of it,
Yeah.
and then you put it where you want to put it. This one's a little tricky specifically. It's behind this stuff.
And then
Push down one side, and then as you peel off the paper, you just press it down.
today we are doing some of the prep work for the skylights. We're actually putting on the adapters before we cut the holes so that we can use the frames as guidelines for the skylights. Don't even think about it!
So these are the window adapters for the skylights that the glass is going to sit on top. It already has the grooves notched out to perfectly match the ceiling or the roof of the van. What we're going to do now is use some Sikaflex 2-in-1 to make a few beads around this. Then we're going to go up, we're going to squeeze it down onto the roof, and that's what's going to hold it in place. I'm giving about 1/4 of an inch around the edge so that once we smoothen out the Sikaflex around it, that gets squeezed off the sides. We can peel this off and it's going to make a nice clean edge instead of like a smear line. Realizing I probably should put a little bit more. It's not squeezing out that much.
Yeah.
As much as I would have hoped. It's okay.
It's definitely
We're gonna put
squishing though.
another bead anyways.
Just so you guys can see, these are the supports that go up to the roof so that when you're pressing down, it actually, that metal up there is actually very thin, like surprisingly thin. So it's kind of bouncy. So this gives it something to push against. Oh, that's so satisfying.
Holy moly.
Don't get this on your hand. That's why I don't touch anything.
It's time to cut huge holes in the roof.
Yeah.
Big reveal here, but we're doing 3 enormous skylights going the length of the van. One's going to be right here, one's going to be right here, and another one's going to be right here. Now before you say, wait, you're cutting out ribs in the roof! Yes, we are. But we also have, we made welded steel reinforced frames that are going to be welded into here and bolted into these that are going to reinforce the entire roof. So it's actually, in my opinion, going to be stronger than it was before with these flimsy little things. But we already glued on the adapters on the roof that you already saw. And we're going to use those as guides to cut out these holes. The main issue is going to be cutting into these ribs, which is once I hit them, it's going to become very, very hard for the jigsaw to cut through. So I'm just going to cut the frame, and then I'm going to come down here with an angle grinder and cut out the ribs themselves. And I'm going to be cutting out the ribs further back than the actual hole itself because we need room for that frame to sit inside. It's going to be a little bit complicated of a cut, but should be okay. You got to do it 3 times. Just sitting on the crossbeam right now, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the crossbeam from underneath. Pull it off. So I've cut them all out. I need to clean them all up, and I need to prime them. And then I'm going to put the metal frames in, which I'm going to show you right now. And then we'll put the glass on top. So these are the steel frames that we had welded together to reinforce the ribs that we cut out. And they are just going to slip on like that. Oh, hurt! Could not have been more perfect. So we're just going to drill some holes into the existing frames, and then we're going to through bolt this at 6 points on each one of these. So it's going to be like super stuck in there. Okay, so we've bolted in the steel reinforcements for the skylights. Once these are all bolted in, I'm going to also put in a bead of Sikaflex adhesive to make everything really just clamp down together and not be able to move at all.
Literally, it's so strong, it doesn't even budge when Eden hangs on it. We are driving with the van completely open. We're actually doing a really cool collaboration with the projector company that we used last time in our van. Wow, the light is literally blinding me. But we had to take out the van with holes in it, so now we have a convertible van. Okay, Eden made a very organized spreadsheet for all of our
It's really not even
electrical. What is it again?
Red's the DC loads, green is the AC loads, the yellow ones are loads that go from a switch, and then I have the length of the wire that it needs to run, and then how much draw it is so that I know what size wire I need to use, and where it goes to, and if I've done it already or not.
Boom! That is one way to be organized.
And then I marked off physically where the each load needs to go, also color coordinated for DC and for AC so that I know, and yellows for any of the runs that need to come from a switch so that I know that this isn't coming from the battery bank, this is coming from the switch location. And then I just start running the wires to the actual locations that they need to go. So, you know, here I have the dome fan, then I have the dome fan. I have the light, I need to run that still, I know it's going to the switch. And everywhere there's just loads and wires that need to be run to them.
Lots of loads.
Lots of loads. Also, when I reach the load, I always am adding a full wingspan of extra cable. This has been a lifesaver a million times because sometimes things move, or you decide you need something somewhere else, or your outlet change positions or anything like that. This extra amount of wire is going to save your ass. So
On both sides.
on both sides. So every time I get to the end of a run, I add a whole wingspan, and same at the actual power station. Okay, so what we've done so far, we finished all of the wiring, insulation, the furring, all those things. Ike has started working on a partition wall. It's going to separate the house side to the driving cab. He's doing some insanely intricate work there. Like, I can't even explain to you the things that he's doing to make this wall
Just the best partition wall on the planet.
the best. Like, it's gonna be insane. But we'll get more into that in another time. While he's been doing that, I've been planning the rest of the van in terms of the walls. I've made the Happy Jack support walls, which are going to be locked into place once Ike finishes the partition wall, so I can square it out perfectly to it. I've been working on planning a TV and charging nook over here. It's been a little complicated. I put it on hold until this is done. And then it's kind of in the situation where everything I want to do is based on the thing prior to it that's not yet completed, so I can't. It's one of these things with building vans where it's just like you can't do one thing until the other thing's done, and then that thing's dependent on that thing, and that thing's dependent on that thing, so it's like it's tough. But I'm trying to do as much as I can without having the partition wall done.
Thank God the sun's out for the first time. It's like 70 degrees. We're at the park eating lunch. That workshop is so, like, there's no natural light. It's cold. Just in general, Ben's very cold so far.
Nicole made some delicious peanut noodles. Hey guys, hope you had fun watching that last episode. The next episode will show you how we got closer to what you're seeing behind us. But there's quite a lot of ground to cover until then. So see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.